Welcome to Kailasa Temple. This place is absolutely mind-blowing.
This ancient temple in India was built with a technology we still can't explain.
How did they do it? We can only theorize. There are no definite answers.
Hindu temples had thousands of deities and possibly even hundreds of thousands of different rituals.
Imagine a mysterious temple that even modern science can't explain how it was built.
They start from the top to the bottom. Did they mark every level?
Deep in India, an ancient temple stands, crafted with technology far ahead of its time.
It is the legend of their beloved goddess.
No one knows how they did it, even today. What secrets does it hold? Let's uncover the mystery.
If you look at the history of Indian carving in stone, it is an astonishing story.
And number one will puzzle your mind for a long time ahead with its intricately designed pillars and structure, the Chenakeshava Temple, Belur, Karnataka. This is a fascinating exploration of the Chenakeshava Temple and the advanced engineering skills that went into its construction. Many of the observations you shared, like the gear-like carvings, rotating stone rings, freestanding pillars, and possible representations of mechanical tools, certainly raise interesting questions about the technological knowledge of ancient builders. The idea that ancient Indian architects understood principles like center of gravity, rotational mechanics, and even possibly gear ratios is not far-fetched, given their deep knowledge of mathematics, astronomy, and architecture. Sanskrit texts from mathematicians like Brahmagupta and Bhaskara II show that ancient India had a sophisticated grasp of gravitational principles and mechanical engineering concepts long before these were formally described in modern science. However, while it's tempting to see direct parallels with modern machining tools, balancing these ideas with historical and archaeological evidence is essential. Some of these structures might have been achieved through incredible craftsmanship rather than advanced machines. Indian sculptors were known for their precision in stonework, using simple tools with extraordinary skill. That said, the freestanding pillar and its ability to remain upright despite earthquakes are truly marvels of engineering. The fact that it may have been designed to move or signal tremors suggests that ancient builders had a deep understanding of structural stability and vibrations. What do you think? Do you lean more toward lost advanced technology, or do you believe ancient artisans mastered engineering principles through traditional craftsmanship? If you enjoy this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And here comes another ancient engineering marvel, Mahalingeswara Temple, with every stone intricately designed. Sri Mahalingaswamy Temple is a masterpiece frozen in time, a structure so advanced that we can't fully grasp how it was built, even with all our modern technology. Every stone, every passage, every shrine seems to follow an unseen blueprint, one that aligns perfectly with cosmic forces. The temple's 7 towering gopurams stretch high into the sky, enclosing a vast space filled with intricate mandapams and mysterious praharams, each holding a secret. Unlike most Shiva temples, the main deity here is Mahalingam, which means the Great Lingam. This isn't just any lingam. It wasn't carved or installed by human hands. It appeared on its own as Swayambhu, and not just one. 5 Shiva lingams stand at different cardinal points, an arrangement that mirrors a cosmic energy grid. How did they understand such precise energy placements thousands of years ago? Even more puzzling, this temple contains a physical representation of Mount Meru, the mythical center of the universe, embedded right into its design. Were the builders mapping the cosmos onto the earth? The goddess shrine is positioned uniquely on the right side of the main deity, a rare alignment found in very few temples. It's a powerful placement known for radiating energy differently from conventional structures. But the real mystery lies in the temple's water bodies. There are 35 sacred theathams, each believed to possess unique spiritual properties. One well, Singha Kinaru, shaped like a lion's mouth, is one of only 3 in the country. Another tank, Karunya Mitra Theatham, is so sacred that bathing in it during specific times is said to erase lifetimes of karma. And then there are the pathways, 3 massive praharams designed with such precision that walking through them is believed to bring profound spiritual benefits. One replicates the effects of performing an Ashwamedha yaga, another mirrors a journey to Mount Kailash, and the third is said to grant ultimate liberation. These aren't just walkways, they are energy circuits, ancient routes mapped for spiritual elevation. But the most baffling feature is the temple's connection to sound. There's a belief that if a particular raga is sung during an abhisheka to one of the lingams, it can invoke rain, a musical frequency triggering natural elements. Was this temple designed as an acoustic machine? Every part of this temple challenges our understanding. Its layout, inexplicable energy flow, and deep connection to celestial movements hint at a knowledge we can't quite decode. And just when you think you've seen it all, another ancient marvel, Kailasa Temple, stands waiting, even more mysterious and impossible to explain. Imagine taking a mountain and carving an entire temple out of it, top to bottom, inside and out, without a single mistake. That is precisely what happened at Kailasa Temple in Ellora, a massive and precise structure that modern engineers still struggle to understand how it was created. Unlike ordinary temples built brick by brick, this one was cut straight from a solid rock cliff, as if sculptors had removed unnecessary parts to reveal what was already hidden inside. Built in the 8th century under King Krishna I, this temple was designed to represent Mount Kailash, the divine abode of Lord Shiva. But how did they do it? The process started with carving 3 giant trenches directly into the mountainside, removing an estimated 200,000 tons of rock. That's enough stone to build a massive city, and yet, with chisels and hammers, ancient artisans sculpted this breathtaking monument without the slightest error. If one wrong move had occurred, the whole structure could have collapsed. The temple is twice the size of the Parthenon in Athens, and half as high again, standing as a marvel of ancient engineering. The carvings inside tell stories from the Ramayana, Mahabharata, and Krishna's life, each figure so detailed that even today they seem to move under the changing light. Grand monolithic pillars rise in the courtyard, towering like sentinels at the entrance, while deep galleries showcase massive panels depicting Lord Vishnu's 10 avatars. Every inch of this temple is alive with intricate art, whispering tales of a time when the stone was shaped like poetry. But there is something else, something that defies logic. The entire temple was carved downward from the top, a method unheard of in modern construction. How did they measure, align, and execute such perfection without any room for error? No scaffolding, cranes, or blueprints, just a flawless masterpiece emerging from a single piece of rock. Some believe this temple wasn't built in one reign, but over many, each generation adding to its magnificence. Others suggest an even stranger theory. Such precision and scale could only have been achieved with knowledge far beyond what we understand today. Even today, faint traces of ancient paintings can be seen, hinting at the grandeur that once covered these stone walls. The architectural style blends elements from Pallava and Chalukya traditions, but the main shrine resembles the Virupaksha temple, linking it to an even older past. In the heart of the temple, the great Shiva Lingam sits beneath a towering Dravidian-style shikara, its roof supported by 16 unshaken pillars that have withstood time itself. It is impossible to stand here and not feel something extraordinary. The scale, the precision, the sheer impossibility of its creation. This temple is a mystery, frozen in stone. The Modhera Sun Temple. Have you ever heard of a temple designed to calculate time and study astronomy? Driving through Gujarat's countryside, surrounded by green fields and the hum of nature, a hidden masterpiece awaits. Modhera's Sun Temple, resting by the Pushpavati River, is a structure that makes time itself pause. Built nearly 1,000 years ago, by King Bhima the Fan of the Chalukya dynasty, this temple is dedicated to the sun god, Surya. But this isn't just another temple. It is a mathematical wonder, an astronomical enigma, and a testament to knowledge beyond its time. Before even reaching the temple, the first breathtaking sight is the Grand Surya Kund, a massive rectangular water tank with 108 miniature shrines carved along its edges. Each shrine is a world of intricate detail, and the steps leading down seem like a puzzle, arranged in a geometric perfection that modern architects would struggle to replicate. 3 larger shrines stand along its sides, one dedicated to Ganesha, another to Vishnu, and the third to Shiva, performing his cosmic dance, the Tandaf. Walking up from the Kund, the temple complex unfolds like a story carved in stone. The Sabha Mandap, or assembly hall, stands as a stunning open-pillared structure, once a place for religious gatherings and deep philosophical discussions. 12 beautifully carved representations of the sun god adorn its pillars, symbolizing the 12 months of the year. Every beam, every sculpture, and every shadow in this hall speaks of a civilization that understood time and space in ways that still amaze scholars. But the real mystery lies deeper. The inner sanctum, the Garbhagriha, once housed a grand idol of Surya, which no longer remains. Yet, on the day of the equinox, something extraordinary happens. The first rays of the rising sun align perfectly, piercing through the entrance and lighting up the sanctum. This means the temple was built with such precision that it was designed to interact with the cosmos itself. With no modern instruments or advanced technology, how did they achieve such accuracy? The temple, built using bright yellow sandstone, follows the Maru Gurjara architectural style. Its walls are covered in mesmerizing carvings of gods, celestial beings, dancers, and mythical creatures. Its foundation is decorated with rows of elephants, warriors, and processions, as if the entire structure is alive, frozen in an eternal moment of grandeur. The temple's shikara, or tower, no longer exists, but its remnants suggest it once reached for the skies, completing the temple's divine connection to the heavens. Even the Kirtitaranas, triumphal gateways, once framed this sacred space, adding to its splendor. And then there is the Suryakund itself, not just a stepwell, but an architectural marvel designed for purification. Before entering the temple, the play of light and water, the precise symmetry, and the mathematical brilliance hint at knowledge far ahead of its time. This is not just a temple, but a riddle in stone, a structure that defies simple explanations. But more wonders are waiting. And the next one, Ranganathaswamy Temple, takes us to a vast temple that feels like an entire city within itself. I have always been fascinated by things that seem impossible to explain. And when it comes to ancient Indian temples, the Ranganathaswamy Temple in Srirangam is a masterpiece that defies logic. It's not just a temple, it's a city within a city, a vast and intricate structure that even modern architects scratch their heads trying to figure out how it was built. This temple is dedicated to Ranganatha, a form of Vishnu, and it isn't just any temple, it is the largest functioning Hindu temple complex in the world. Imagine a big temple that covers 155 acres, with 81 shrines, 21 massive towers, and 39 grand pavilions. And the mind-blowing part? This temple wasn't just a place of worship, it was an entire ecosystem, a spiritual center, an educational hub, a hospital, a free kitchen feeding thousands, and a financial institution funding regional infrastructure. The temple follows the Sapta Prakaram design, meaning it has 7 concentric enclosures. At the center lies the sanctum, and as you move outward, the layers unfold, each one filled with halls, sculptures, and massive gopurams, ornate towers. These towers are a marvel, the tallest standing at a staggering 240 feet, completed in 1987. But here's the mystery. Some of these structures date back to at least 100 before Common Era. How did they build something so massive with such precision over 2,000 years ago, with no cranes, no modern tools, nothing? The stones used in construction weigh tons, yet they are placed with an accuracy that today's technology struggles to achieve. The temple's legends are just as fascinating as its construction. It is said that the deity was originally in the heavens, then brought to Ayodhya, and later placed in Srirangam, where it refused to move. So, the temple was built around it, and the deity still rests facing south, blessing the land and its people. Throughout history, the temple has seen destruction and resurrection. In the 14th century, it was attacked and looted by invading armies, but it wasn't abandoned. The people rebuilt it, making it even grander. It became the heart of the Bhakti movement, where saints and poets composed divine hymns praising Vishnu. But even after all this, the real wonder remains. How did they build it? The temple's foundations have stood firm despite floods, invasions, and time. The layout is so precise that even today, air circulates naturally through its halls, keeping it cool despite the scorching South Indian heat. The carvings and inscriptions speak of celestial knowledge lost to time. Was it sheer engineering brilliance, or something beyond our understanding? And this is just one of many. The Ranganatha Swami temple is a marvel, but another one will leave you questioning everything. The Brihadiswara temple, where the mysteries only deepen. In the heart of Thanjavur, where history breathes through every stone, stands a temple that defies logic and time. The Brihadiswara temple, built over 1,000 years ago by the Chola king Rajaraja Chola I. This colossal structure isn't just a place of worship, it's a mystery, an engineering masterpiece that modern science still struggles to explain. Towering at over 200 feet, the temple's main structure was the tallest in India when it was built, and even today, it remains one of the highest in South India. And here's the most baffling part. Its massive dome, a single granite block weighing 80 tons, was placed at the top without any cranes or machines. Theories suggest that an inclined ramp, stretching for 4 miles, was used to roll the stone to its peak. But how did they carve, transport, and position such a massive piece with such precision? No one knows for sure. Every inch of this temple tells a story. The main sanctum houses a towering Shiva Lingam, standing 13 feet tall, surrounded by walls covered in intricate carvings and murals. Some of the oldest paintings from the Chola era still exist here, though later rulers added their touches. The inscriptions on the temple walls reveal the immense wealth of the Cholas. Gold, silver, and jewels were gifted to the temple, along with 400 dancers who were considered the celestial brides of Shiva. And then there's Nandi, Shiva's sacred bull, sitting proudly in front of the temple. This enormous statue, carved from a single stone, stands 13 feet high and 16 feet wide. Despite its massive size, it appears weightless, almost floating in space. The entire structure, from the towering entrance gates to the inner sanctum, is built from granite, a stone not naturally found in the region. So, where did these massive stones come from? How were they transported and stacked to create something so grand? The design of the temple itself is another enigma. Despite being built entirely from stone, it remains cool inside, even under the blazing sun. The shadows of the temple's peak never fall on the ground, an architectural marvel that seems to defy the laws of physics. The precision, the balance, the sheer scale, everything about this temple challenges what we know about ancient construction techniques. Recognized as a United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization World Heritage Site, Brihadiswara Temple is more than just a monument. It is proof of advanced knowledge that existed over 1,000 years ago, a knowledge that we still do not fully understand. But this is just one of the many wonders hidden in the temples of Tamil Nadu. Deep in the city of Madurai lies another marvel, a temple unlike any other, the Meenakshi Temple, where the ancient technological wonders will leave you in shock. Stay tuned. In Madurai, where history whispers through ancient stones, stands a temple unlike any other, the Meenakshi Amman Temple. This is no ordinary place of worship. It is a world of color, a maze of towering gateways, endless pillars, and intricate sculptures that seem almost alive. Built over centuries, with origins stretching back more than 2,000 years, this temple is a puzzle that modern science struggles to solve. 14 massive gopurams rise high above the city, their surfaces covered with thousands of brightly painted sculptures, gods, celestial beings, mythical creatures, and warriors, each with a story frozen in time. The tallest of these, the southern Gopuram, stands at 170 feet, a structure so grand that replicating it would be an enormous challenge even today with all our technology. Every figure carved into these towers holds a secret, a piece of history waiting to be deciphered. How were these massive gateways built with such precision and balance? How do the colors remain vibrant despite centuries of sun and rain? No one knows for sure. Deep inside, the temple complex is a labyrinth of halls and shrines leading to the grand sanctums of Meenakshi and her consort, Sundareswara. According to legend, Meenakshi, a powerful goddess with 3 breasts, was born to rule, and her destiny was to marry Shiva himself, who came to Madurai in the form of Sundareswara. Their union is the heart of this temple, a story carved into stone and celebrated for generations. The very air within these halls feels charged with an ancient energy, a presence that cannot be explained but can be felt. One of the most mysterious wonders of this temple is the Hall of 1,000 Pillars. There aren't exactly 1,000, but 985 intricately carved columns stand in perfect alignment, forming a hypnotic symmetry that seems almost impossible. Each pillar tells a story. Divinities, dancers, musicians, and mythical beings come to life in stone. And here's the most baffling part. Some of these pillars produce musical notes when struck. How could artisans from centuries ago carve the stone so that it sings? The answer remains unknown. The sacred golden lotus tank lies within the temple, a vast water reservoir where devotees cleanse themselves before prayer. It is said that the steps of this tank bloom into golden lotuses, an awe-inspiring sight during unique festivals. The walls around it are adorned with murals depicting Shiva's divine miracles, a visual history preserved for over 1,000 years. The Meenakshi Amman Temple is more than a structure. It is a riddle, an architectural wonder that challenges everything we know about the past. But the mysteries don't end here. Deep in Andhra Pradesh, another temple holds secrets that defy all logic, the Lepakshi Temple, where the impossible takes shape in stone. Have a look. In the quiet town of Lepakshi, an ancient masterpiece stands frozen in time. The Lepakshi Temple, built centuries ago, defies logic with its precision, beauty, and sheer mystery. Dedicated to Virabhadra, a fierce form of Lord Shiva, this temple is unlike anything else. It is carved from stone, yet it feels alive, whispering secrets of the past. The air here is thick with stories, and the walls seem to breathe history. The entrance is grand, marked by massive gopurams covered in intricate sculptures. Celestial beings, gods, and mythological creatures stand frozen in action, their expressions so lifelike that they might move at any moment. These carvings tell stories from ancient times, crafted with a skill that no modern sculptor can replicate. How did they do it? How did artisans from centuries ago create figures so perfect and detailed without modern tools? No one has an answer. Beyond the entrance lies a world of wonders. The temple is filled with pillars, each one a masterpiece. These are not just stone supports. They are storytellers. Each pillar is covered in carvings of gods, warriors, and celestial dancers. And then there is the hanging pillar. This one defies all logic. It doesn't touch the ground. A small gap exists between its base and the floor. No one knows how or why. Even today, engineers and scientists struggle to understand how the ancient builders achieved this feat. Some say it is an illusion. Others believe it holds a secret balance. But one thing is sure, this pillar should not be standing, yet it does. The temple itself is built on a small hill known as Kurmasila. The main shrine of Virabhadra stands tall, surrounded by smaller shrines dedicated to Shiva and Vishnu. The architecture is mind-boggling. Massive stones, some weighing several tons, are perfectly placed, forming halls, sanctuaries, and mandapas. One such hall, the Natya Mandapa, is a marvel in itself. Its ceiling was once covered in breathtaking paintings, but now faded with time. Yet the remaining glimpses show figures so finely detailed that they seem almost three-dimensional. A short walk from the temple, something even more astonishing awaits. A massive Nandi, Shiva's sacred bull. Carved from a single rock, it is one of the largest monolithic sculptures in India. The proportions, the detailing, the sheer scale of it, it's almost impossible to believe human hands created it without machines. And then there is the serpent, a gigantic, seven-hooded cobra carved out of stone, coiled protectively around a Shiva linga. Legends say a worker sculpted it in mere hours while waiting for his meal. But can such perfection be created so easily? The Lapakshi temple is a marvel where logic fails and the past whispers unsolved secrets. But the Shore Temple, Tamil Nadu, is no doubt an ancient marvel, but its existence itself is questionable. On the shores of the Bay of Bengal, standing tall against the crashing waves, lies the Shore Temple, a structure so ancient, so mysterious, that its very existence raises questions science cannot answer. Built in the 8th century by the Pallava king Narasimhavarman II, this temple is not carved into a hill or a cave like others. No, this one is made of massive stone blocks, precisely cut and assembled with a nearly impossible mastery. How did they transport these stones? How did they place them with such perfection? No one knows. The temple is a masterpiece, a symbol of a time when builders didn't just construct, they created wonders. It has 3 shrines. The tallest, rising nearly 60 feet, is dedicated to Shiva, holding a sacred lingam at its heart. Another miniature shrine, also for Shiva, faces the sea as if guarding the temple from the ocean's fury, and between them, a Vishnu shrine holds a reclining deity carved from a single block of stone. Even now, part remains submerged, hinting at secrets lost beneath the waves. The walls are alive with stories. Every inch is covered in carvings, gods, mythical creatures, and legends frozen in time. The level of detail is astonishing. How did artisans of the past manage such precision with simple tools? And then there's the biggest mystery. This temple has survived over 1,000 years of salt, wind, and storms. Logic says it should have crumbled, but it still stands untouched, unshaken, as if protected by something beyond human understanding. But if this temple's mysteries amaze you, wait until you hear about the wealthiest temple in India, Padmanabhaswamy Temple, where hidden vaults guard a fortune beyond imagination. In the heart of Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala, stands a temple. Sri Padmanabhaswamy Temple, dedicated to Lord Vishnu, is not just a place of worship, but a mystery that defies explanation. Built centuries ago, its origins are unknown. Some say it has existed for over 5,000 years. Others claim its secrets are older than history itself. What is certain is that its walls have witnessed the rise and fall of empires, and hidden beneath its floors is a treasure beyond imagination. This temple is a marvel of ancient engineering. Lord Vishnu rests inside, reclining on the mighty serpent Adishesha. The idol is enormous, stretching across 3 doors, carved with such precision that it seems almost alive. Every pillar and stone is filled with intricate carvings that tell stories of gods and legends, but the real mystery lies beneath. In 2011, hidden vaults were discovered and sealed for centuries. When 5 of them were opened, what emerged stunned the world. Golden idols, crowns, coins, jewelry, and even a throne made of pure gold. The sheer amount was unthinkable, estimated to be worth billions. But the biggest mystery remains. Vault B, a chamber that refuses to be opened. Ancient texts warn of supernatural forces guarding it. Those who tried to open it heard waves crashing behind the door, though the sea was miles away. Some say it is protected by curses, others by something far more dangerous. For centuries, kings, warriors, and scholars have wondered, what lies beyond that door? But no one has dared to find out. This temple holds secrets lost to time, and science has no answers. These temples are a mystery that science still can't solve. How did ancient builders create something so advanced without modern tools? Some questions may never be answered, but the secrets of the past continue to amaze us.